Well, as agreed, I am going to go ahead and read one of the books that we already read in class, but to make it available as a YouTube video for anybody who wants to view it at another time at their leisure. So once again, we've been talking about fairy tales, and this week in particular, we're talking about fairy tales that are based on classic fairy tales, but they've been changed, switched up certain elements of it. So this particular fairy tale is based on Goldilocks, but it's not Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's called Goldilocks and Just One Bear. So you can already see there's a difference because there's only one bear than the original with the three bears. But this one also is a bear that's wearing a scarf, which is kind of an odd thing, okay? So let's find out about this bear. Once upon a time, which is a classic beginning for a fairy tale, there was this bear. One minute he was strolling in the woods, all happy-go-lucky. The next minute he didn't have a crumb of a clue where he was. He was one completely lost bear. There he is. It's not in the woods anymore, not with a trash can and signs like that. And you see the author or illustrator made the words in unusual ways. So this is the word completely. Because it's written so big, I have to say it kind of big. The bear didn't much like this place. Too many bright lights and not enough twigs. Too much loud honking and beeping, and not nearly enough owl hooting. The bear was also a teeny bit scared, and his furry legs were slightly wobbly. Maybe the thing to do, said the bear, looking around, is to pop into Snooty Towers and get away from this terrible racket. So, looks like a pretty busy place, right? Lots of cars, lots of big buildings. This is Snooty Towers, which is an apartment building. And snooty means that you think you're superior to people. So you kind of walk around with your nose in the air. Sometimes we call our nose our snout or our snoot. And you see the beep beep and the honk. And here's the words honking and beeping, right? And here's the bright lights. And over on this page, we have the word terrible in big letters and underlined, and the word wobbly looking sort of wobbly. So he's going into Snooty Towers. And Snooty Towers has a revolving door in the front, so you have to push it and it goes around and around. But the revolving door at Snooty Towers made the bear dizzy. And being dizzy with wobbly legs was bad news. So here's the revolving door, and he went around and around, and when he finally came out, you see he went, whoa, like this red line goes, woo. Now he's getting onto the elevator. What this bear needed was a little rest. A little rest somewhere would definitely make things right. And there he is going up in the elevator right there, right? And if you look carefully, you'll see he's going up to the 18th floor right there. The bear peeked through a door and thought how very pleasant it was up here. Not nasty and noisy like down there, said the bear, just the place for a little rest. So here he is getting off the elevator, and you'll notice he has a little tiny spoon. And I guess it's supposed to look sort of like a modern apartment. So here's like a kitchen with the sink and the stove and a fish bowl. And over here, there's like a cactus plant and a sofa. And there's a cat sitting on the bed or on the couch. A little beanbag chair over there. And all the big windows with the tall buildings outside. So, wait a minute. All that whooshy traveling was certainly a hungry business. So before his little rest, a little porridge seemed like a good idea. Now, so far, none of this has looked like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So porridge is the first thing that would remind any of us of the Three Bears, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So he wants some porridge to eat. But notice what happens. This porridge is too soggy. You see what he's eating there. This porridge is too crunchy. And in case you can't figure what that is, it's cat food. And then over here, this porridge is a bit on the dry side, but it's better than nothing. So in case you can't tell, he's eating toast with honey. Now, the bear was ready for his little rest. So what did that look like when he was eating that? 3 different things that he was eating. Does that sound familiar at all? Think about it. Uh-oh, here he's going to sit. This chair is ouchy. Sitting on the cactus. This chair is too noisy. That's the cat. And over here, this is the beanbag chair. This chair is just right. A little rest is nice, but what the bear needed to really feel like himself again was a good old-fashioned nap in a comfy bed. So this is the beanbag chair, and you'll notice that he broke it and all the beans are coming out. He's still carrying a spoon, by the way. But he's looking for a bed to sleep in. This bed is too frothy. That's the bathtub and bubble bath. This bed is too pink. This bed is just right. You'll notice there's some blocks here, a little train set, a little robot, a little stuffed bear. And soon the bear nodded off. So what do we see? We saw he ate 3 different things. He sat on 3 different things and broke one of them. And he tried sleeping in 3 different beds, or what he thought were beds. The bear dreamed of crunching through leaves. The bear dreamed of puttering around in his slippers. The bear dreamed of, now let me show you his dream. So here he is back in the woods in his own little cozy house. The bear dreamed of a voice shouting very, very loudly. Somebody has been eating from my fishbowl, said the daddy person. Somebody has been eating my dear little pumpkin's kitty nibbles, said the mommy person. And somebody has been eating my toast, said the little person, and they've eaten it all up. So I want you to think about what's going on here, okay? Make a connection. Unfortunately, the bear was not dreaming at all. He was wide awake and back in real life again. Somebody has squished my cactus, said the daddy person. Somebody has upset my dear little kitty pumpkin, said the mommy person. And somebody has popped my beanbag chair, said the little person. Somebody has been sleeping in my bathtub, said the daddy person. Somebody has been sleeping in my bed, said the mommy person. Shh, whispered the little person. I think that somebody is sleeping in my bed right now. The bear peeked from under the covers to see a daddy person, a mommy person, and a little person standing right there. The bear thought that the mommy person looked ever so slightly familiar, and the mommy person thought that gobbling other people's breakfast and breaking other people's stuff and snoozing on other people's beds seemed ever so slightly familiar too. And it was. Baby bear, said the mommy person. Goldilocks, said the bear. So this is baby bear, only he's all grown up. And this is Goldilocks, only she's all grown up. They hadn't seen each other in ages. Porridge? Asked Goldilocks. The bear nodded. So Goldilocks cooked up a big bowl and plunked it in front of him. It was not too hot. It was not too cold. It was just right. It made the bear almost forget about that once upon a time when Goldilocks had behaved so badly. This little bear would never dream of anything like that. Looks like the cat still doesn't trust him, does he? And although it had been good to see Goldilocks living so happily ever after with those charming people, the bear decided it was time to go back home to the woods. Here he's going. He's got his map. And this is an I Love NYC. And NYC is the initials for the words New York City. So apparently that's where our friend Baby Bear was. All right, that's the end of Goldilocks and the One Bear.